is Rebecca from Papeterie de Choix, and I'm here with another ephemera making session with book pages or images from book pages. I found a book last weekend at a thrift store. This had a big plastic cover, very reminiscent of the 70s as I remember it. And I took that off. It had the post that went in through here. So at first I thought it was a photo album, but it's filled with these just plain, they're not quite brown and they're not quite purple, but they're just a kind of a mixture between the colors. And there's not that many images near the front that I like, but there's several in here that it was worth the 50 cents for the book. So like I would use, let me move this way. So I would definitely use this one, and there's several more in here that I would take out, but I've already taken out some pages to use for this project. But anyway, this is, oh, and the other thing is this is rag paper. It's very thick and smooth and really nice to work with. So what I have made is just some simple journaling cards with some of the images. I've made them extra thick by doubling the page that the image was on and gluing those two sides together, and then backing it with some coffee dyed, just regular copy paper. And then I'm just stapling this little bit of lace on. Use this as like a side, and this one as a top. And this girl's asleep, she's not passed away. And then we have the kissing couple, or yeah, I guess he's kissing, she's receiving, I suppose. But anyway, just some little journaling cards that once I got everything glued down, I just ripped it with a tear ruler. But anyway, that's what we're going to make. It's very short and simple. Here I picked out 3 images, but I'm only going to do 2 of them because this one's really big, and for this I'll have to rip another page out and back it, so I'll save that for later. But I'm going to do these 2. Figure out which one I want. I'm going to do this one and this one, obviously. So let me get my little workstation put right here and we'll get on with it. So the first thing I'm going to do with this one is I'm just going to fold the page in half so that I have a nice border around the image here. And then I'm going to come in with my glue stick and just stick this whole thing down around that edge. And I think my glue stick is getting really low, but I do have another one, right? Yep, the whole thing's coming out. I have another one right over here that I can just grab. I think we'll have enough for this one. I'm going to tilt it slightly to make sure that I don't have any open spaces. It's hard to see with the way it is. And then the other thing I do is I always go around the edge with just regular PVA because it just holds the whole thing together, and I don't have to worry about any of the sides coming apart once I rip it up. And then I'm just going to put that down like that. Press it really, really, really good. I got a lot of glue came out there. So we're going to set this aside and let it dry for a second, and we'll do this one. I almost hate to cover that up, but I'm going to see where halfway is here before I actually. Okay, I'm going to fold this one just shy of this so that I have room on the bottom to tear. So I'm going to go here and here. Okay, that will work. Since I'm using a ruler and tearing it, I just need enough at this bottom to make sure that I have enough to tear. And so we're doing the same thing again. Just putting on the glue stick all over the whole thing. Just like so. Double check that I have everything covered. The way the light is, it's hard to see straight down looking at it. And then we'll go around and down and across. And I'm going to put a couple of on this one because I want to make sure that I got glue around that whole outer edge of the image. So that's that one done. So I have some coffee dyed paper that has some tears in it, so I'm just going to use it to make my backing on these. I could actually tear that down a little bit more. Like so. And then just do the same process again with the glue stick and the glue around the outside. And what I like about these images is they're it's not so much about it being simple to make, but it's also simple to look at. There's not a lot of heavy decoration or anything like that. It's just a simple journaling card that anyone can use to, write around the image if they wanted to, because there is some white space or cream space, but also on the back, of course there's plenty of room. And this one I'll probably tear it down quite a bit. Okay, so let me put that one to the side. And then we'll do again, it's shampoo, rinse, and repeat, as they say, or as the bottle says, I suppose. They just put that on there so you'll buy more shampoo and conditioner. But anyway, I already have some images that I didn't show you. I've already put in a journal that I'm just finishing up. I like to put the metal book corners on my books, and I did not have any large ones left, so I had to order some, and they will be here today, according to Amazon anyway. And once they get here, I can put the corners on and sew the signatures in, and that journal will be finished. And I have another one that is almost finished. Hopefully by the end of the week I'll have it done. Okay, the step I'm going to do now is tearing the image, and I have a metal tear ruler. It's not technically, it's not a tear ruler, but it's got this little lip on the bottom that it kind of grips. And so I'm going to start right here, and I haven't made up my mind if I want to tear inside this border or outside, but I know I want to tear this part, so that's where I'm starting. And some tears you can just rip right off, but these, because they're newly glued and it's 3 layers, I'm just being a little careful. I'm going to try leaving the border on. It's a little close on this one side, and I actually find it easier if I do it this way. That way I can get a better measurement, or get it more even for the most part. Okay, now let's do this side. Yeah, that worked good. Okay, well that's how I'm going to leave that one. And I hate it when you get almost to the end and it pulls off and then you're stuck. Okay, we'll put that one over here. Now let's start here. In fact, I think I'll come down to there. Yeah. Had to double check where my backing was. And yeah, here's this one wants to be a little bit of a pain, but we'll do it in little bitty pulls so that you can get it all in one go. This one, okay. And I'm going to do the same with this one, I think. No, actually I'm not. I could leave the ones on the side, I suppose. This one did exactly what I was just saying, and I didn't catch it in time. And I don't mind if the edges are a little bit raggedy. I actually like that look, but I don't want the big chunks sticking up. Okay. This one's going to be slightly different, although I suppose I could leave that. What do you say I leave that? And then if I do need to tear it down to fit it into something, I can, but that works. And all right. Now let me grab my ink. And I did press them one more time before while I had them over there. I have small workstations set up throughout my craft room, but only 2 of them are kind of empty right at the moment. I have reset up my my sewing station. I had my sewing machine at my mother's for about 4 months, and every time I would go, she was having me alter some of her skirts and pants and things like that, just fixing the hems, and I made her some cushion covers for her outdoor furniture, and so I just left it there because she lives 3 hours away, and it was just easier to do that than haul it back and forth every time. So I've had it back here at my house for a while, but just haven't set it back up yet. Okay, for this one, that has a little seam in it, so I'm not going to put that. I want this one to be a little bit of a bigger one. Now this particular lace, I have a roll that I bought at an old-timey general store probably a couple of years ago, and the roll is about that big around. It's about 8 inches across, and it's about a foot tall, and the lace was bigger, just a slightly bigger than the roll, and I've used like one whole layer. So I have a ton of this lace, and it is sewn onto this little piece of bias tape, so it has like a little front and a back like this. And so I like to use it to, when I'm using lace as like a little pull or a tab, I like to use it. And basically what I'm doing is just eyeballing the middle, sort of, kind of. I'm actually wondering if I should put this on the end. I don't think I'll ever have a pocket that big, so I'm going to put it on this side instead. And just get it to fit on that little spot and center it pretty good. And then take my little bitty, it's a little stapler, but it does little staples. And I don't know if you can see it, but, and I know I don't have any left, but can you see the staples in there? I color the tops of them with a permanent marker, color them black, and that automatically gives them a little bit more of a vintage look, and you get rid of that shiny silvery color. I forget who it is now that I watched a while back that had that as like a tip. Okay, so there's that one done. So let's do the same thing here. I'll also do this one as a little bit bigger one. I'm going to put it on the side as well, because I see these going in as a side, a journaling card into a pocket sideways. I'd have to have a really big pocket to go in there, although they could go in like this. So maybe I will put this one on the top. Yeah, I will put this one on the top, although it'll cover up the trees tops, but it'll be alright. Okay, that looks pretty good. Yeah, when I'm concentrating, I tend to go quiet. Okay, so those are done, and I left that tear in there because it gives it a little bit of character. And you know what I forgot to do is do the back, ink the backs. I can go right up to there. Yeah, I completely forgot to ink the backs. Well, I'm glad I turned that over. I would not have seen that until after the video was done, and then I'd be like, I bet those people think I'm crazy. Only part of the time. So, as I'm finishing this up, I want to make a small announcement also before I forget. This will be the last video in the series that I started in January. The weather's starting to get warm. I know I've got to help my mother beginning in March with her job that I can't get her to stop yet, but hopefully soon, because she's about to turn 77, and my dad's about to turn 84, and they both still get out and work and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just I'm trying to get them to slow down a little. The other thing is I've also I'm going to be participating in more fairs and festivals this spring up into summer, and one in October that I know of right now. So I still plan on making videos, but it might be something like this, but it might be me doing something on my jelly plate, or it might be me doing something with something I've made on my scan and cut. So I'm going to just kind of open up the field of my craft room a little more. So thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see what I come up with for next week. It might be just sharing a video of a journal I've made as opposed to a project, but we'll see how it goes. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon.